Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on the band Sleeping at Last. Gotta love that name, don't we? And through this song, Saturn, we looked at this blip that we're on in the universe called Earth and what we're doing to make a difference in our small part of that blip. So I trust you found that one encouraging. It's always good to make a positive difference in this world, and I suppose that's why I do this channel, and that's just to, in my own small way, just to do that. Well, we're going to a band that started out as 4 tracks in 1989. These guys were formed in Sydney, some schoolmates, and well and truly their start was in a local talent show. Andrew and Michael Turney, joined by Toby Allen and Phil Burton. And these guys were aged between, were born between 1973 and 1977. They all had choir backgrounds, so they knew how to sing in harmony and to do all that sort of thing. And they were very and truly inspired by the Motown era. Now, 4 tracks, I suppose, very organic and natural and incredible singing. And they did do some street performing and do what sort of a vibe. Sony CEO Dennis Haddon actually heard 4 tracks and thought, well, these guys are amazing. Not bad for an Aussie bunch of 4 guys. Now, just realised that, to be in a boy band, background then wasn't the coolest of things. You did sport, but these guys were really, really good at what they did. And when he heard people get ready, Dennis said, well, I'm going to sign these guys up. And boy, Sony glad that they did that. And we got one of the song that 4 tracks actually played to Dennis was People Get Ready, an old Motown classic, and there's an a cappella version below, a live version of People Get Ready. Well, anyway, 4 tracks, yeah, like spelled the number 4 and tracks, T-R-A-X. The name wasn't quite working, so I thought, well, what are we going to do? And so a bit of brainstorming, I thought, hey, you know what? Singing is like second nature to us. Let's call ourselves Human Nature. And and that name just kind of organically stuck for Andrew, Michael, Toby, and Phil. I thought, yep, Human Nature kind of works, and these guys have been Human Nature ever since. So they thought we'd better come out with an album, and so they came out with the album telling everybody, I should say, in 1996. And this album got to number 7 in Australia, and we got an official clip of Got It Going On. So very much at the start here, these guys were very much the boy band thing, and the harmonies, the good looks, the slick moves, all of that. And carrying on the legacy of such bands as the Backstreet Boys. And so Human Nature thought, well, hey, we can do that as well. We're good looking guys. We'll do the same thing. And so they thought, okay. So Got It Going On, a very, very successful song for these guys from the album Telling Everybody. Now, Human Nature were getting noticed though. And they got noticed firstly by Celine Dion. Now, Celine Dion came to Australia in 1996 with the Falling Into You tour. And she said, well, who am I going to open for these? Actually, those guys, Human Nature, they're pretty good guys. I think I'll get them to open for me. And Human Nature absolutely glad that Celine did that, because Celine said, hey, you guys have done so well in Australia. Why don't you join me on my European tour? And certainly they did that, and they became quite well known overseas. In fact, Celine liked these guys so much that she asked them to join them for her 1998 world tour as well. And Celine Dion wasn't the only one that was noticing these guys. Michael Jackson also noticed these guys and said, hey, you know what? For my history tour, can you guys open for me as well? You did such a good job, Celine Dion. I want you to open for me as well. And that also went so well that again, they went to Europe, and by this point, they were becoming quite big. They were playing to crowds of 100,000 people, including Wembley, over 3 nights. Now, if you sell out Wembley, you know you've done well. And given that Wembley's in the UK and Michael Jackson is in the United States, it's a bit of a cross-cultural thing happening. So these guys were really, really, really fortunate, I think, to be noticed by some of the biggest artists in the world. In 1999, and just to go back a little bit there though, you've got to be good, don't you? Human nature are stunningly good. And so, they work hard, they have a reputation of being hard workers and being nice guys. In 1999, they thought, well, actually, we better bring out another album. And Sonny said, yeah, what a great idea. So out came Counting Down. And this is probably one of their most well-known songs. This one with the iconic John Farnham. Now, when I did John Farnham, I thought, well, better do Human Nature as well. And so John Farnham and Human Nature came out with a beautiful song, Every Time You Cry. And they did this duet so well. It wasn't just John Farnham with backup singers. They really, really did collaborate and beautifully, and just made it a really all-encompassing real duet. It really is a beautiful song, this one. Every time you cry, every time you cry, I'll wave away your tears. I want to bring sunshine back into your life, because you know what? You are the sunshine of my life, so why wouldn't I want to be there when you need me as well? And I think this is where I want to go today, and that is, things aren't always good, aren't they? Sometimes things are a challenge, aren't they? Sometimes things just overwhelm us and overtake us a bit. We think, wow, I don't even know what to do right now. So what do you as the partner of this person need to do? You need to step up, don't you? The song talks about, without hesitation, I'm going to seek no reward. It's interesting in this world, isn't it, that, well, we're going to think about, what am I going to get out of this? Well, real love comes in and says, you don't need anything. You know what? Because this person is absolutely, they're just your world, really. And, when you need to step up for them, you have their back, don't you? You listen to them, you cuddle them, you hold them, you just be there with them. I think it's really, really important that in those moments when we need each other, we need each other. Now, need's a bit of an interesting word, isn't it? We don't need someone like, my life's going to fall apart if you're not there. No, because that's desperation. Need is like, hey, I just need you to get me over the line here. And no hesitation. We're just going to be there no matter what. And I think this is a beautiful take on relationships, and that is, hey, I'm here for you no matter what. How great is it to know that you have someone in your world that is that for you? And of course, you are that for them as well. And it only, and what if we take a selfish perspective on this for a minute, what have you got to gain? The relationship deepens. We want that, don't we? We want the relationship to deepen. And it gets to a point where love absolutely takes us over, and love is patient and kind. So why wouldn't we want that to take us over? And I think always look for opportunities to be there for each other. If the person's crying, if they're a bit sad and they're not going so well, you're the person that can help them, be with them, empower them. It's important to empower, not to fix, but to listen and to empower them to be able to get through the next day. Sometimes it's the next hour, sometimes it's the next 5 minutes. But knowing that you've got someone there for you is a really, really amazing thing. And so, an absolutely stunning song by John Farnham and Human Nature. And of course, I've got to give this one a bit of a go. We've got an official version. And we've got live. The official clip's pretty cool, actually. I love the official clip. It's quite a bluesy, cruisy kind of song, this one. Just so effortlessly sung as well. We also got a live version from the ARIAs, which is Australian Record Industry Association Awards. We've also got a live clip of Last to Know. This song did pretty well for these guys. It's probably an original song, and so we've got Last to Know live version as well. One thing I forgot to mention in 1998, well, Michael Jackson thought, let's get these guys. Sister Janet Jackson in 1998 also, when she had decided that she needed to be her own girl as well as his brother Michael, she thought, well, I'm going to get these guys to open for me as well. And so, you know, Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, absolutely. In the year 2000, these guys sung the national anthem at the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. Now, to be asked to do that, you know you have made it. And so we got it. There's an 11-minute clip below. I suppose there's a bit of Olympic stuff happening there. Of course, when you think about Australia, you're going to think about people on horses. So it's a beautiful actual, because the 2000 Olympics was pretty iconic for Australia. You remember Nikki Webster sort of dangling around the stadium as well. Well, I'm not up to her yet, but I will get to her eventually. But we got Human Nature singing the national anthem, and they sing it so well. And Julie Anthony's there too, and I must admit, I haven't done her yet, but I must admit I am in the J's, so Julie is J-U, so I must include her in my artists to do. So we got a live version of them singing the national anthem. In the year 2000 also, they released a self-titled album, Human Nature, and they got the song He Don't Love You, live version of that one. This song went to number 7, so again, pretty big. Every time Human Nature did a release, it was pretty successful. 2004, they thought, well, we need to break the mold a little bit. We've become a bit human nature-y, a bit predictable. Let's shake it up a little bit. So we've got Walk the Tightrope album, and we've got When You Say You Love Me. This is a really good song, this one. I really love the feel of this one. Human Nature is still there, but they've just got a slight difference to them. It's absolutely beautiful song, beautiful production actually. Telethon TV version of that one. 2005, they thought, well, we do like Motown, so out came Reach Out Motown. And Reach Out is one of their, people want to hear Human Nature sing this one. We've got a live version of that one below. In fact, it's from the Sydney Schools Extravaganza, an absolutely massive event every year in Sydney. Human Nature absolutely nailed this performance. Got a live version below. This album went originally at number 6. It got to number 1. So a massive album for Human Nature. And so they then went to United States of America. Australia was becoming a little bit small for them, so they went to America. And the second artist in Las Vegas history to get a residency there, which means you're actually doing, a few performances a week, every week of the year. Very, and they really made Las Vegas their own. Human Nature, absolutely perfect for that kind of scene. You can imagine the glitzy casino, the glitzy ballroom, and they're doing their stuff. Their beautiful harmonies, their slick presentation, and the dance moves. Human Nature have everything, absolutely. In fact, one of the critics said about them in Las Vegas, very hard-working 4 young men and very finely tuned vocals. And so they well and truly made Las Vegas their own residency. What more do you want? Obviously, if you go to Las Vegas, you go to there to get wowed, don't you? People such as Celine Dion have had residencies there, Cirque du Soleil as well. So to be asked to be a resident is pretty cool. In moving forward to 2018, these guys received an Order of Australia, or 4 of them, for significant contribution to entertainment. And in 2019, they celebrated their 30th anniversary. And that year, they actually got inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. We've got that induction in a live clip below. Between 1996 and 2018, 13 studio albums. There's a lot of output there. 3 compilation albums, 5 video albums, 32 music videos, 1 EP, 22 singles. 4 of those albums have got to number 1. There's been 27 platinum released, 27 platinum levels of sales. 19 of their singles have got into the top 40, 5 into the top 10. So very significant act, Human Nature. and don't we love them here in Australia and also in the United States and also in Europe. So very much a worldwide phenomenon, human nature in many, many ways. These guys have just done their thing and done it so, so well. 2.5 million albums sold in Australia, probably worldwide more than that, I'm not quite sure, but worldwide they've done pretty well, I think. So it's great to give these guys a bit of a go today. So the clips to those, links to those 10 clips in the description below, and I also included my last video from Sleeping at Last. If you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, if this is your first time, the live reflection to music, and there have been a few first timers of late, I've got to thank you for that. It was great just to put up a little bit of a thank you to this channel getting to 90 subscribers a little while back. I just tend to do that. It's good to acknowledge the journey and the effort people go to subscribe. So next time we're going to go back to, now it's always good to know where a song initiated from. Sometimes we don't always know, but hold your head up. Certainly it was a song that was done by the Party Boys in Australia a little while ago, but Argent were the guys that did this song first. So we're going to look at them next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.